Hey y'all. Hey y'all. I'm gonna let y'all get up in here. That I didn't even put my my music on or nothing. I ain't tell y'all to like or nothing. But as y'all come in, go ahead and like this video. I'm gonna put my little thing on now to remind y'all, like the video.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience. Recorded in front of a live studio audience. Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hey y'all, hey y'all. What is going on? So let's go ahead and get into this Ready to Love. Let me tell y'all how this almost didn't happen. It almost didn't happen. It almost didn't happen because y'all know Ready to Love has drained me, y'all. It has drained me. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like after last night episode, right? No. After Friday's episode, y'all, YouTube and like Instagram got super duper quiet. Like, wasn't nobody posting anything? Wasn't nobody like, it wasn't nothing happening. Like, I didn't see anybody releasing receipts. I didn't see anybody, going back and forth with somebody. I ain't see nobody jump on a live. Like, I was just sitting here like, this is very strange for it to be the finale of the reunion part 2, and the Instagram streets and the YouTube streets are pretty cold. Okay. And so when I woke up, because the last time after episode 1, baby, it was on fire. I was like, which way we turning here, which way we turning there, this one arguing with this one going to jail. Like, it's a whole lot, right? But after this one, nothing was happening. And I was like, oh, y'all don't care? If y'all don't care, I don't care. But apparently y'all do care. So here we are about to get into this daggone review. It is over. This is it. This is all. So I feel like all you Ready to Love contestants out there from this season, if you have anything to say it now or forever hold your peace. Because what we not about to do is pop up 2-3 weeks from now. Okay, 2 or 3 weeks from now, ready to release and post it all and say it all and do it all. Okay, because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna release it and I'm gonna let it go. My care factor is literally going to empty. Okay. We got that. Okay. So y'all, how did y'all like the second part? I feel like the second part was kind of fluffy. Like, I feel like we really could have wrapped this up real quick. But nonetheless, I did take the notes. So let's just go ahead and get into them. Oh shoot. Don't erase the notes now, Chloe, because then we're gonna have nothing to talk about. Y'all almost erased the notes. So y'all not know about no. I think I could have saved it though, because I think, yeah, because you know how MacBooks, they like put it in like a trash folder. They don't actually like let it go. They put it in a trash folder because I probably would have been able to save it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I hope you guys like the video on your way in. Please like the video on your way in. And then, all right, so let's go ahead. So, y'all, I don't know what was in the air, but baby, when I tell you that Morgan has an issue with Marcia, Morgan has an issue with Marcia. Oh, so really, y'all, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my husband. Okay, he was asking me what I wanted from the store, even though I told him what I wanted from the store before before he left. Okay, and he know I was going live, so I don't understand. Hey D, oh, you talking about Tommy? Okay, so this is how I feel. I feel like I feel like they did a lot in the first part that they didn't leave anything for the second part, and the second part definitely was all supposed. It seemed like the second part was supposed to be real intense when it came to Morgan and Marcia. Okay, I already know what the issue between Morgan and Marcia is, and we definitely gonna get into it. But we won't go through the motions of it all. Okay, let me clear off my screen. What is happening today, y'all? What is happening? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these notes. So Morgan is in the dressing room and she's crying because she's crying because of course Tony's following her and she's like, no, I needed to talk to you 6 weeks. Now, I just want to know why the 6 weeks is so specific. What happened 6 weeks ago? Why we got this real specific timeline? Because normally we be like, what I need to talk to you before. Where was you at when I really needed you? Not 6 weeks ago. Okay, there's a lot of speculation around the 6 weeks, okay? But I'm going to mind my own womb and my own uterus, and I ain't got nothing to do with it, okay? Tony goes and sits next to Marcia, and Tony says that this wasn't a lot of fun, okay? Marcia said, y'all don't know what y'all up against. That's what she said to Tony. Like, y'all don't even know what y'all up against, okay? Because homegirl out there is crazy. But we know that Morgan is crazy. Tony knows that Morgan is crazy. So I don't understand why he thought he would get anything less than what she's giving him right now. Just ghetto. So Jeffrey tells more. So Jeffrey's in the dressing room with Morgan, right? And she's just like, Morgan's like, why would they think I just call him a bad person? He's a monster. If he's a monster. Jeffrey's like, and the way him and Andre are like up each other's asses is like scary. Like, I just can't. And I'm sitting here like, girl, it's not about you. This not about you. Stop trying to make it about you. Let Morgan have her moment over there in the corner. Like, all of a sudden it's about you now. And your man, okay, because now, okay, whatever, Jeffrey, you got it, girl, right? So then Tony, so then Tommy comes in and he brings up like the getaway. He's talking about, okay, let's get into this getaway and what was going on. So, of course, everyone's telling their experience. You know, Jeffrey's saying she realized she can't handle two men at one time. You know, everybody's like, Linda's like, I didn't know what choice I was going to have to make. So I got in there. It was a lot. All right. So then Tommy asked Morgan about her experience. And she said it was hard because Tony had a lot of red flags and Lyndon didn't have any. Okay. She felt like she gave Tony too much grace because he said things that he didn't mean. Because he says a lot of things that he doesn't really mean deliberately. Okay. She felt like if Marcia would have been there, then he would have been distracted. Now I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna be completely honest. I understood what Morgan was saying. Okay. Now here is where I'm torn because I'm trying to figure out, was she trying to be shady or was she just talking? I feel like, now this is just my personal opinion, I feel like when she said a distraction, I don't necessarily think she was saying like Marcia is a distraction. I think she was just saying that he would have had just been so focused on me and what I had going on with Lyndon because Marcia would have been there to distract him and entertain him. Okay. Now, Marcia, on the other hand, she took it a totally different way. It was like, who is a distraction? I'm not nobody's distraction, honey. And I was like, well, that escalated fast. Because I was really sitting here like I saw where Morgan was going. I'm not going to act like I didn't understand where she was going. But now I'm trying to figure out if it was being nasty. It did turn nasty. Now, this is where I feel like Morgan's tone definitely got nasty after Marcia said that because she was like, because then that's when Morgan said, no shade, but you definitely was a distraction because if you would have been there, then he would have been entertained. Now, that whole thing right there, that was shady as F. That's when I was sitting there like, okay, so there's definitely an issue. There's definitely a problem. Not really sure what it is. That I can't speak for Marcia, but you can honestly tell that she felt some type of way about that distraction word. Now, y'all let me know down in the comments if y'all think that Morgan was being deliberately shady or nasty or mean in the beginning when she first stated it, or do you think that Marcia took it wrong from the beginning? Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Now, me personally, I do feel like she was just, speaking and it definitely escalated. But we don't know what happened before. I feel like there's a lot of tension between Morgan and Marcia, and even though we don't want to really address it, it has to do with Tony. Like, if this is be honest, there's definitely a lot of tension between them two. Morgan has no self perception. Everyone is a problem but her. Shade from the beginning. Y'all think it was shade from the beginning? Y'all took that shade from y'all think Morgan was trying to be shady from the very beginning? Oh, I mean, I'm not mad at you. I mean, I completely understand why you was Marcia honestly thought she was, so it's not far fetched. I'm just saying when I first heard it, I didn't think much of it until Marcia said distraction. Then she was like, "I'm not a distraction," and I was just like, "Oh, so we got an issue." Oh, we got an issue. So y'all think it was shady from the beginning? Oh, see, okay. Tony don't like the fact, Morgan don't like the fact that Tony likes Marcia, period. Period. We getting it because that's definitely coming up, but it's not this scene that is revealed. Because I definitely was trying to figure out what's Morgan's issue the whole time. Because Morgan definitely had an issue, baby. She definitely had an issue. Now, so Morgan said, okay, so now they're really like both going back and forth, like they going back and forth. And Marcia was like, you should just stop because I'm not your issue. And I was like, exactly, she's not your issue. Tony's your issue. Take your frustration out on him, okay? Then Morgan told her to shut up because she was like, shut up. And Marcia was like, I'm not going to shut up. And I was like, oh, we're going to be here all day because if you tell somebody to shut up and they say they're not going to shut up, that means they're going to keep talking every time you feel like they should be quiet, baby. We're going to be here all night, okay? So then Marcia said, so then after Marcia said that, you see Z in the background, and Z's in the background, like, I thought we was gonna get through this reunion without the women fighting. And I'm like, see, this is what they doing now, y'all. This is what this is what they doing on the internet now. They're trying not to be that, combative, and they don't want to fight each other and they don't want to argue. They don't want to be that group of people. But it's like y'all might as well just go ahead and give it to us because I know y'all want to. Z basically told us that they already kind of came to a conclusion, basically, that they wasn't going to be up here fighting and arguing and fussing and all that good stuff. But y'all got to remember that Morgan is really crazy, okay? And she's not like TV crazy. There's a difference. And I need y'all to understand this real quick because Morgan did an interview with Carlos King, and you could tell that Carlos King don't really watch the show. Let's just be honest, okay? But when Morgan did an interview with Carlos King, a lot of people were saying, oh my God, Morgan's great TV. Morgan's a star. Morgan's this, that, and other. Don't get me wrong. Morgan is entertaining as F, okay? She is definitely one of the girls that you will love to hate because don't get me wrong. I have those moments with Morgan where it's like, oh, yes, girl, give it to Tony. Tell him he don't deserve you. Leave that, all that. But then I have that, girl, she crazy. You got to sleep with one eye open when it comes to her. Morgan is real life crazy. Okay. And the scary part about real life crazy is that once you introduce it to fame and money, it becomes dangerous. Because the way I envision it, if you can literally take Nair and put it in someone's hair because you're mad to get revenge for no reason at all, like, I mean, okay, you have your little reason. Imagine what a person would do when they're given the opportunity and they get in the fame and they get in the money and it's like a drug to them and they want to always be on scene. You know what? It's always on go, go, go. Imagine what they will do then. You know what I mean? So I think she's great. It's entertaining, but it's their thin line between crazy and TV crazy. It's a real thin line, y'all. I'm just saying, y'all, it's a real thin line. Okay, remember that. Because yeah, it's cute now because it's like one little season and it's okay. But once you feed something too much, it gets to a different point. So just remember, yeah, no. I don't think putting her or anything else would be a good idea because I can see her being real dangerous at some point. Okay. But anyway, back to the show. And yes, the Carlos King interview was like confusing. Let's just say it was confusing because I don't even really understand. And to come to find out that her and Anthony had actually like connected before the show. It's interesting. They should have told us that. That's why she was on. That's why Morgan posted up on the internet. She had made that Instagram live talking about how she was really into Anthony in the beginning. They tried to downplay her relationship. That's why she posted. I guess she was really into him because she felt the type of way. But anyway, um, so when they was cutting the break, when they was cutting to break, Marcia was like, yo, she's really unhinged. Y'all casted some crazy people. And I was like, and they did. They definitely did. And this is what I meant by there's a thin line between entertaining and crazy. And Morgan's leaning a little bit more towards the crazy part than the entertaining part because it's only cute for a little bit. Okay. So then now she's gonna drag us up Pookie and Ray Ray to do her work. Morgan should just get her a young dude and be a cougar sugar mama. I don't know what Morgan needs, okay? But she's a beautiful girl. I think if she go to therapy and get some help, we might be able to, figure this thing out for her. Okay. So Andre, so now we get into Andre and his love triangles, which is I feel like this is all backwards because we already talked to Andre and Jeffrey. So I feel like they should have did all this together. Like, why are we revisiting this? We already know they're not together. It's kind of pointless, right? But anyway, because they did it, we're gonna talk about it. They go into all these clips and whatever with Andre and him dating Cynthia and then him dating Jeffrey and all that other stuff, and how he said, Cynthia caught him off guard and he really just liked the softness of Jeffrey. Cynthia said that she was cock-eyed. She didn't really notice nobody when she got there. She did. She said because Andre and Tony came rushing to her. Now we do know that Cynthia had a connection with Blake. Okay, that never got aired. So maybe that's what they was trying to like pull back from because she probably was like, when I first got there, I was looking at Blake because we know that he actually brought her a bracelet on a boat and everything. So let's not act like these people didn't have other interests that they're not trying to show us, and I don't know why. Okay, so Anthony said that he wasn't really worried about the connection between her and Andre because basically what was meant to be was going to be regardless, and ultimately Cynthia had to make the choice. Now I don't know. I'm not going to jump the gun on that one yet. Jeffrey said that she thinks Andre. Okay, so Jeffrey said that she think Andre knew way before he got to the finale that he was he asked her how would they have time for their kids if he's busy being a stepdad to her kids. Now this is what we mean when we say accountability, because if the man told you, if the man asked you this and you felt like he knew this weeks before the finale, why in the hell did you not choose yourself? This is what we talking about when we come to accountability, baby. It's not even this hard, okay? Because let's just be honest about this. Even if Andre's putting on a show, which at any point he could be, right? If he's putting on a show, and I'm not gonna act like we as women don't sometimes fall for. We're on a love show. We want love. He say he's the guy. He says he's the guy. I fell for. I got the okie doke. Okay, cool. But if he literally said to you, what am I going? Well, how are we going to have time for our kids if I'm busy playing a stepdad to your kids? And you felt like he was in weeks before decision day. Why would you say yes on decision day? Like, this doesn't make sense to me. So now we sitting up here crying about the fact that he don't really understand what's going on between you and the kids, right? When he basically said this to you weeks ago and you already knew that he wasn't 100% in. And if you and your kids are a package deal, why would you settle for that? Why would you settle for that? That's why I was sitting here like, no, because we're not about to do this. Andre may as well had really, been a piece of SHIT, because I'm not taking up for Andre either, because he definitely was here for exposure and experience and this, that, and the other. But the simple fact that he mentioned that to you should have already turned you off. There is no way a man would be able to tell me to my face, and y'all know I got a daughter. If something ever happened between me and my husband and we were not together anymore, and a man came and I'm dating a man, and he says, "How we gonna have time for our kids if I'm busy playing stepdad to your kids?" I'm gonna be like, "What? Sir, excuse me? Yeah, we gonna have to wrap this up real quick." So I was a little confused about that. And I know people gonna be like, "Oh my God, you just hate Jeffrey." That's not about hating Jeffrey. That's about not making proper decisions. That don't make no freaking sense. There's no way in the world I would have said yes to him. I'd have been up there choosing myself like everybody else did. Or like Mercedes did, child. And I honestly feel like Jeffrey might regret actually saying yes to him. I feel like she wishing after watching like Mercedes choose herself. I feel like she kind of wish she would have chose herself. I think she would have came off a lot better than trying to stick with Anthony Andre. For what reason, I don't know. It's very strange because I didn't catch it the first time when I watched it, but when I was taking my notes, I was like, "So why are we here? Why are we here?" Okay. So then he said he saw a lot of things that she needed to approve on, but he didn't he said he saw a lot of things that Jeffrey needed to approve on, but he never said anything. Now I'm on Jeffrey's side with this. I'm on Jeffrey's side with this because Jeffrey's like, "Well, what do you mean I need to improve on if you're not going to tell me what it is, how I'm going to improve on it?" And I totally understand that because you can't expect for somebody to fix something or even work towards something, or even know if they need to work towards or want to work towards something if you don't tell them what it is. So Andre, because that was wrong. You can't sit here and say you saw a lot of things that she needs to work on if you didn't give her the opportunity to even, acknowledge them or fix it or say, "No, I'm not fixing it." Then that's not fair. That's not fair to someone that you claim you wanted to be in a relationship with. That's not fair at all. That's not fair at all. So I don't know. I was sitting there like, "Nah, Andre, that's the wrong move. That's the wrong move. Why, if you knew that it was a lot of things that she needed to work on, you didn't give her the opportunity to it, then that's wrong." But anyway, let's move on. So, um, Marcia and Morgan are still arguing in the back. Why? I'm like, y'all either fight or cut it out. Because y'all know I love a good fight. Either go ahead and fight or let it go. Okay. But anyway, um, I'm just trying to figure out what the issue is, okay? Marcia said you the one looking like a fool on national television, and Morgan said you the one that looks like a fool, like you was somebody's second choice. And I was like, "Ooh, child, you might not want to be saying that because last time I checked, you would have been passed around if Marcia would have stayed." Okay, that's what I heard on the street. So I don't think you should be out here making comments like that, Morgan. But I'm gonna let you have it, sis, because you was in your feelings. Okay, she sat down on that couch and said that she is a gremlin. Okay, a green gremlin at that, because the pill may be late, but she ate it anyway. I said that daggone Morgan is definitely good for TV. As a reality TV girly who like to, watch the mess and be full of the mess, I'm here for it, okay? But I just know that this is real life for her. So there's like a real thin line. It's like you love it, but you hate it at the same time, okay? That's what I'm saying, right, Sunshine? She said I was living for Morgan this reunion. Would have been bored if her and Jeffrey wasn't there. Let me just tell you something. I don't even care. Like, honestly, Morgan, I'm more entertained by Morgan than Jeffrey. And it has nothing to do with Jeffrey. Jeffrey really wasn't that entertaining to me on the show. I think a lot of the things around Jeffrey outside the show was more entertaining, but Morgan was great TV. Morgan was great TV. Not even gonna hold you. She definitely had this reunion on fire. Okay. Um, Storm and Crazy made good TV. No, I could not. Chat, please don't give them no ideas. Don't give them no ideas. Okay. So, where I'm at. So Morgan said, "Oh yeah, I said that part." Okay. So now we getting into Tony and his love journey. Okay, so Tony says that he's not really, smooth like that. He was just raised by a lot of women. Okay, so he just know how to handle women, which I can understand, and he seems old school. Marcia said that's fine. The only thing that really, bothers her about it is that he does a lot of flirting, and I think most of the women would agree because at some point in time he was the flirting. So then we start getting into what happened between him and Natasha. Okay, he said that they just had a great time together. They hooked up, whatever. They was having a good time. Okay, so then Natasha's so Tommy asked him, wait. So Tommy asked him why would he, go and break the rules and start dating Natasha, knowing he was in this process. He said that when he initially reached out to Natasha, it was like really like doing a mixer, and he really didn't have any, like emotions or anything, not any real connections yet. So he figured I'll go ahead and talk to him. Cool, right? So then he asked Natasha, what made you hook up with Tommy, with Tony, knowing that he's in the process? So she said that she didn't really think that much about it. And so yeah, she said she didn't really think that much about it. And that at one point, Tony asked her to leave the at one point, Tony asked her, told well no, Tony told her that if she wanted him to leave the process, he would. Okay. So Tommy said, Tony, would you have left the process if she would have asked you? And Tony said, I wouldn't have left the process. Because I don't even remember saying that. And she said, that's because you don't want to remember. And I said, oh, okay. So now we're going through the back and forth. So now we got to figure out whether or not Tony said that he would leave the process for Natasha. Child, when I tell you the back and forth be back and forthing, it be back and forthing. Because this is my thing. I can see Tony saying some ish like that because it just feels like his vibe. His vibe gives me, I'm going smooth talking, I'm a flirt, I'm gonna keep going. And I feel like he said it so that he can keep tabs on her and make her really feel like he's invested in her. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like they both not to blame because Natasha, you knew that this man was in a process. You also knew that this man was going to basically the end of the process. Okay. So let's not act like we didn't know that he was finding love with somebody. Okay. And Tony, if you really was looking for love, baby, why was you even entertaining Natasha when you was in the process? And if Natasha was the one for you, okay, why not? Now, this is where it gets a little messy, y'all. It gets a little sticky, icky, okay? Now, remember when we was having our live and I was like, I wonder why would Tony just go out and tell Morgan and Marcia? And y'all quote me if I'm wrong. I said, there's no reason why Tony would just bring up the fact that he smashed Natasha unless he had a reason. Okay. And I said, I feel like Natasha probably threatened to tell. I did not say it. I said it because it made sense to me in my mind. Okay. So when Tony said that Natasha went and told production that they slept together, I said, ooh, I kind of knew it. Mm-hmm. I said it made perfect sense because in what world will a man go and admit to two women that he's dealing with that he had sex with another woman unless he about to get caught up. Unless he about to get caught up. But here's the thing. Now Natasha said that he ghosted her. And I believe that ninja ghosts her. I ain't even taking up for you, Tony, because you know for sure that you ghost her. Now, the reason that you ghost her ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you said ain't got nothing to do with the fact that she was threatening to tell production. It had everything to do that you didn't want to deal with her anymore because you wanted to hit it and you wanted to quit it. And once you hit it and you hit it enough, you was ready to quit it. The same thing that you did with Morgan. You hit it and you hit it enough, and when you was done hitting it enough, you quit it, which is why she was upset that when she needed to talk to you 6 weeks ago, you was not there for her because this is a pattern So I'm not even about to sit here and let you slide off with it. I don't care who was threatening to tell anything. This is a pattern when it comes to Tony. Tony gets what he wants and he ghosts you. The same way that Marcia was sitting there and he was like, yeah, me and Marcia friends. I confided her. It's cool. We this, that, and the other. But she's like, you're not getting no date. And I said, that's why Morgan over there mad. She mad because he's still friends with Marcia. But the gag is that he just hasn't slept with Marcia yet. And Marcia, don't you dare sleep with Tony, because Tony's the type that definitely will hit it. He'll put the work in. Oh, he ain't got nothing but time, baby. He gonna put the work in, and as soon as he hit it and he hit it enough, he's off to the next, going on to the next. So I'm not even. That's why when Tommy was like, "You guys got to do better," y'all pick these guys. And y'all got the nerve to be out here talking about something. It's hard dating. We see why. He literally came on the show to find a woman in the process, build two connections with a woman while dealing with another woman outside the process. And then you sit here confused as to why two people on the stage right now is attacking you. It make perfect sense to me. Because baby, add me to the mix. I got some words. And I'm sitting here like, this what they got to choose from. I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad, y'all. I feel bad. Because that was beyond the F out of me. Now, I'm not throwing that, but I'm still needing Natasha to take a little bit of her responsibility, because she did know that man was in the process, and she did know he was dating. Okay. But I'm not throwing it all on her, because men be deceitful. And that's why when they said that he's a manipulator, and he is a manipulator, because he called Morgan after that and told her, now you got to get Lyndon up out of here. You got to get Lyndon up out of here. Linda said, I just want to cut in, and I just want to say that I ain't never tried to get you kicked off, Tony. Tony said, that's good for you, Linda. Child almost died. I said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Wait, not at. Tony said he changed. Get out of here. Look, right. How old is Tony? You just now changing? Get out of here. Please. Yeah, he told Marcia too. Because Marcia said it. Marcia was on the thing and she was like, he told me too. So if Marcia knew and Morgan knew, that means he had a reason to tell. And the only reason why he would say, I have never met a man who goes and tells on themselves. That's not a thing. Men don't go out here telling on themselves. They only tell on themselves when they got a reason or they're about to get caught up and they're trying to get ahead of it, which is what happened. She threatened to tell, or she told one or the other. And he said, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and tell them first. And on top of that, I'm going to block you. Trash. Throw them in the trash, okay? But hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, everybody coming in here. What is going on? How are y'all doing today on this lovely Sunday? I hope that y'all like this video, and I hope that y'all subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here, because y'all done put me into a rant, and I had no intentions of doing that today, okay? What else happened on this reunion? Tony was so insecure. He was threatened by Lyndon, good looks, and his accent. Right. Right. And granted, Morgan could have worked the distraction comment, but Marcia wouldn't been a distraction for him. Yeah, because he would have definitely picked Marcia. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a confusion. That's a lot of confusion that I think that's gonna have to be cleared up. But like I said, if they don't say it now, I don't want to hear it. Say it now or forever hold your peace. Say it now or forever hold your peace. Okay. But I will say this. Tony was very nasty and he was very dismissive, and I did not like the way he handled Natasha. Whether Natasha had to take some responsibility for her actions, cool. But when he was like, you had your 2 weeks and this, that, and the other, and I'm talking now, that was very unnecessary and unacceptable. Y'all know that is one thing that triggers me, is a man being disrespectful to a woman, because I always say, I don't care what you feel like. I am a woman and you're going to talk to me nice. You're going to talk to me respectful. And I felt like that was very distasteful and it was nasty. And if you can talk to a woman like that on in public, I can imagine the things you say behind doors. Unacceptable. Child, I don't understand it. Like, so anyway, let's keep it moving. So I say all that to say, oh, and I said all that to say I really figured out why Morgan's mad at Marcia. Morgan's mad at Marcia because Marcia still have a connection somewhat with Tony. Okay, they still going out. He's still buying her margaritas and her drinks and this that and the other, but she's not taking him serious and she's not going on a date because, like she said, she's careful. Like the other women should have been a little bit more careful, and they could have still had him out there chasing. And like I said, Marcia don't sleep with that man because that man don't want nothing but to get in them draws. And once he get in them draws, he gonna behave the same way that he's behaved with the two ladies we already noticed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Anthony and Cynthia. I don't know what the heck was going on with Anthony and Cynthia. Um, but what's tea? What's tea? Cynthia and Anthony got like this much space in between them. Okay. Um, her whole body, not her back, not she's on a slant. I mean, Cynthia was like this, y'all. Cynthia's whole body was turned away from Anthony. She did not look at him. There was no eye contact. I was really sitting here trying to figure out what's tea because she said that when it got to the thick of it, that she did not handle him properly or she didn't handle him right. And she has a lot of things that she needs to work on. And I'm sitting here like, what happened? Y'all not about to do this. This is what I'm saying. This cast be playing with me, okay? What happened? I feel like she said she wasn't emotionally available, and I can accept the fact that she was responsible. This is what I mean, accountability, y'all. We just got to start taking accountability for our own actions. She did not try to blame it on Anthony. She stood up in it herself. She said, I did not handle him properly. I was emotionally unavailable. And it just is. I'm working on some things. Okay. He said that he's patient. He's going to be patient with her. And he hopes that she does kind of, figure it out. I really, really feel like something a little bit more happened than what we get in because Cynthia almost seemed like she was ashamed, okay? And I don't know what it was, but the way that she was not looking at him, the way she was not like staring, like way like turned away from him, it felt like whatever happened, she still was harboring some shame from it. Because normally when people won't look at you or won't really like, embrace you, it feels shameful. Like she did something, and I don't know what, and I can't assume either, but whatever it was, she felt some type of shame because she wouldn't even really like engage with Anthony. And I was just sitting here like, what's tea? And I'm trying to figure out what happened. Now, y'all, I don't know. I just want to know what happened because it definitely really had my head boggled because it's like they say, oh, we still friends. Oh, when anything good happens and you trying to, work it out, this, that, and other, it's kind of, like, she said she didn't handle it well. She was emotionally unavailable and she didn't handle him. I think that's the part that kind of tripped me up because she didn't say I didn't handle the situation well. She said I didn't handle him well. And I'm saying here, like, I think now this is just me, in my own opinion. I think that Anthony's a different type of man than what Cynthia's used to. And you can tell by what she's used to versus what Anthony gives off. Because I don't know Anthony personally. I'm just saying on TV, okay? I feel like based on her baby father and based on her connection with Andre randomly, like that always was very weird to me, right? So I definitely trying to figure out Anthony probably wasn't about to put up with some of Cynthia's tactics, okay? there are some, I feel like Cynthia probably had a little bit of toxic ways. Something about her baby father tells me like, yeah, there's a little toxic over there. And Anthony probably wasn't here for that. Now, this is just my assumption, and I only say that because I used to be very toxic, y'all. When I say for real, y'all think I'm playing. I was bad, okay. And it even got to the point where my husband was like, "This is not fun. Like, I'm not about to be fighting with you or arguing with you because you think it's cute. Da 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 da. Like, you want that, you go ahead and be with somebody else." Like, I had to literally check myself because, like I said, I wasn't handling him. Because, like Cynthia said, I wasn't handling him right. I wasn't handling situations right. Like, all that was it was wild, and I thought it was cute. And sometimes it take that self reflection or somebody really trying to get you together for you to whip it up. So I don't know what it was, but I felt like I saw a little bit of my shame in her, and but that's just me. That's just me. Okay, but I wonder what it was. She don't want no good man. She want a curly top. Andre and that damn hair. Oh, that hair. Oh. Anyway, but nonetheless, she said she's gonna work on it. And Tommy basically tried to force them to still be a couple. Tommy, just stop. Just stop. If the people don't want to be together, they don't want to be together. Stop trying to make couples that's not coupling, okay? But I really do hope that Andre and Cynthia figure out. But something's telling me that they not. Something tells me like this was a show for reunion, and I honestly feel like they already kind of cut it off, but they just was going through the motions instead of like just saying we not together no more. Kind of going through the up and down because they never really confirmed whether or not they was together. Um, I don't think Cynthia has healed from her mess from the mess of her baby. I don't think so either. And sometimes when you're in something, remember that when you're in something, even if the person is the aggressor or whatever, you still have a part in that. And sometimes you don't realize your part because someone else's part is so big, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to learn to take accountability. And I love that for Cynthia. I love that she acknowledged it, she accepted it, and she said she's working on it. And that's all we can do. Once you do that, there's nothing else we can say about it. It is what it is. I can't tell you about yourself. You know about yourself, baby. Right? Right. So then we get into Mark Anthony and Mercedes. Child. Mark Anthony and Mercedes hooked up on this couch like they still want to be together. And I think that it's genuine. The connection is genuine, but they just know that they can't be together. She said that she would love to, she don't want to ruin their friendship by going into a relationship that they know won't last. And that makes sense. If you know that y'all are not going to be able to handle a long distance relationship, why even try it and ruin your friendship? So they rather keep their friendship that they have because they can't be what they want. And Mark Anthony was in a relationship with a flight attendant long distance and it didn't work out. So I'm like, so why would you want to do this again? Mark Anthony, child, that's what happens when you're fine. Just do whatever you want. Just be out here doing whatever you want. Okay. But nonetheless, they still friends. They still hugged up on that couch and everything like that. And that's just what it is. I'm sure that they still doing them when he come to town. They hook up, they hang out, whatever the case may be. Good for them. Uh, And that's all I wrote down. They did show us some bloopers or whatever, but y'all, I zoned out after that because I was like, I'm not watching this for fun. I was watching it for my notes because I watched it the other night for fun, but I don't remember. I know they watched some bloopers and all that other stuff, but I'm not getting onto all that stuff because I don't really care. Mark Anthony worked by Everlasting Nerds, and we still don't know what he does for work. So he ain't got no job. Um, Did we ever find out what he do for work? I know he said he was going to school to be a pilot, but I feel like no, I don't remember. Anybody know what his job was? I don't. Mark Anthony is a gifter. I don't trust him. Not you, not a gifter. Mm, they F buddies. I mean, hey, they grown. As long as they both consent, you do whatever you want, baby. Even Stephen Wonder could see they not. Yeah, that's what I say. I feel like they wasn't together. They were just putting on the show for us. They didn't want to just come out and say no. Or even maybe production told them they couldn't say no because y'all know production always it's always production. Unpopular opinion, Mark Anthony isn't that fine to me. He's cute in the face, but that's like pot belly through me. Oh, ooh, child, not the slide. It's like I never paid attention. I mean, I think he's a handsome guy. He's a handsome guy. Yeah, he's a handsome guy. I don't think he's the most handsome guy I've seen on TV. Now I see some handsome people. If I just could remember who they was, I would tell y'all. But he was handsome. I think he's top runner when it comes to the Ready to Love franchise. He's a lab tech for what? I definitely feel like he's top runner for the Ready to Love franchise. So I know that the next season is Dallas, and that's supposed to come back, I think, in June. And I don't know why someone said it's coming back in June on Thursday night. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll have to see when the time comes down to this Ready to Love thing. I need to get ready to do. Are y'all watching Put a Ring on It? Let me tell y'all, I missed the last two episodes of Put a Ring on It. Now, I'm not going to say I miss watching them because I definitely watched them. I miss recording them, like doing a review. So I definitely have to do a review for Put a Ring on It. But I don't know if I want to do a live or if I want to do a recorded. So y'all let me know if y'all watching Put a Ring on It, and if y'all want a live review, I can come back later and we could do a live. Yes, Thursday's night. I saw. So it is coming back Thursday night. That's strange. I'm happy that this season is over. Let me go on Instagram real quick, make sure I ain't missed nothing. Cause y'all know as soon as I get off of here, somebody done popped up and said something. You watch it, Put a Ring. Y'all want a live review or a recorded review? I'm looking now. See, it's still quiet, pretty quiet. All right, we're gonna have to let that go. We're gonna have to let that go. That was my old best friend popping up on my thing. Hmm. The Married at First Sight people. Oh, y'all, did y'all hear about Jamie and Beth from Married at First Sight? Oh, that's so sad. A live review. I like to talk ish live. Yes, that's why we didn't get our questions answered. What questions? All right, so we can do a live review. I gotta go take the notes for it because I didn't take the notes yet. So after I take the notes and I eat, then we could come back and we'll do a live review for Put a Ring on It. I hope y'all all join me. Thank y'all so much for joining me this season of Ready to Love, the ups, the downs, the good and the bad. Okay. When we agree and when we disagree. Okay. But it's a new season coming. So we might agree next time on some things that we did that we might not agree on this time. Okay. Cause folks back outside on Fridays. Oh, it's the summertime. You right. Folks is back outside. We going outside this summer. We going outside. Y'all know I'm job free. I'm outside. Y'all probably won't even be seeing me. Your girl's gonna be on the beach, in the pool, out living her best life. Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to live my best life. Okay, I'm gonna definitely try. But we'll see how everything fall into place. What happened to Jamie and Beth's thankful? Oh, also they separated. They separated. I just recorded the video. It's only like 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. I was editing it before I went live, so it'll be posted in about a good 15 minutes. But they didn't say divorce, but they said separated. Um, and I'm sad. That was one of my favorite toxic couples, y'all. Really, it really was. Did you do a Love Is Blind review? I sure did. I did the finale, the reunion review is posted. The reunion review is posted. The and all the episodes is posted. All that stuff is done. Love Is Blind is wrapped. Everything is posted. So I think I just gotta add the reviews, the last one, to the what's it called? The playlist. So if I'm added to the playlist, but everything else is there. It's one of the recent videos too. So it's there. They last longer than expected. Hope they work past it. I hope so too. I really hope so because I feel like they definitely can work past their issues because they've done this before. If y'all remember, they did take a time where they kind of like broke up for a little while and they got back together. So I'm hoping that they figure this out because that's my favorite toxic couple. And I don't like that for them. I think I'm crazy because Tony and Morgan is my favorite toxic couple from Ready to Love. Ooh, now y'all, if they did a Ready to Love spinoff with like for a toxic couple and they did Morgan and Tony, do y'all not know I would be tuned in, but I would be aggravated as F because I feel like they both would get on my goddamn nerve. Now here's the tea. Um, Tony did post a picture of him and Morgan on Instagram. And it was one of the songs, I can't remember the song that it was, like More Than Just Friends or something like that. And I'm like, I would now only reason it sounds good, but in actuality, we already know that it's BS because Tony is a player from the Himalayas, okay? And he would not be, I wouldn't take him serious as like in a serious relationship and really in love, because if he was that type of man, he would have displayed that on Ready to Love. You know what I mean? And I feel like if he did anything similar to it, it would be just for TV, just for fame, just for a coin, just for, all that good stuff. I saw Morgan's interview with Carlos King. I did not watch Tony's because I don't feel like it. I am over all the interviews from all the people saying the same stuff and not being real. Like, I need these people to be real. Y'all don't like each other. Cut it out. Until one of them come out and say, I don't like this person, I'm not watching nothing because everybody's up here acting like everything was all good when y'all could look at the reunion and tell that everything is just not all good. But okay, whatever y'all say. I low key want them to get back together just for TV chat. I'll watch it. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all, who ain't gonna watch it? I'm gonna watch it. I'll be sitting right there watching it. Okay, y'all know I love a good train wreck. Don't stop me from watching a train wreck. You ain't gotta tell me, but one time I'm be right there. So that's probably what Carlos King got up his sleeves now, trying to figure out how to get Tony and Morgan on the TV. Don't do it, Carlos. They're gonna drive you crazy, sir. They're gonna drive you crazy. With a friend of the show as Jeffrey. Baby, child, no. Y'all not about to do that to me. No, no, immediately no. Can you please interview Z? I want to know the receipts of Jailbird Blue. But what's the receipts though? She already said what it was. He asked her to be his girl, or well, like play as his girl at least twice before the reunion. And then she got to the reunion and was like, "What's up with this?" Like, if she found out, she'll be upset, this, that, and the other, and she already know it was some BS. We figured that out for the reunion. I don't know what y'all want me to ask Z, because what am I supposed to ask her? She was only there for a week. I don't know what I'm supposed to ask her. And she already don't want the women to be fighting, and y'all know I want the women to be fighting. So what's she gonna tell me? Get Marcia back. I love me some Marcia. Okay, I do love me some Marcia, but I need Marcia to be messy. I told her that too. I sent her a message. I said, girl, you gotta get messy. You're not messy for me. I need you to get messy for me. She said, you gotta ask me the right questions. I said, girl, no, just come out and say what you gotta say. But I do know that Morgan said in her interview with Carlos King that she don't really know what happened, that she said that it had been an ongoing joke where Marcia had always told her to shut the F up. Like, she always told her, like, shut the F up. And she was just like, this one time she said, and I was like, oh, you not playing. You're not really playing. And then that's when she was like, let's just be clear. She never told me that to my face. She never like said, like, basically saying like, yeah, she could talk all that ish if she wants to, but she's not gonna say it to my face type of situation. But I see it like this. When Marcia sat up there and said, you look like a fool on national television, it basically was just saying, I'm not about to scoop down to your level and act a fool with you. So if you want to sit here and act a fool, you could have it. Because some would say she didn't do enough. But I feel like if you're not trying to portray yourself as that person, then she did just enough. Just enough to not look like, like, not just enough to not look like I'm letting you just walk all over me, but not enough to be like I'm about to turn up on you. Which is real good self-control, because baby, the turn up is in me. It would have been in me. um yeah, Z already cleared it up. She said what it was. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what I would talk to her really about. Get Lyndon on. I like him too. I like Lyndon, but I saw Lyndon interview and I felt like it was really good. His interview I saw with him and Crystal was a good interview. But I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like he's still gonna be cautious because I did watch him do a different interview. I did watch him do a different interview, and I felt like he was low key caping. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I was like, nope, he's not gonna give me what I need. Hey, another round. Linda gonna be wearing his hoochie daddy shorts with the legs crossed. But he's good spirited. He's good spirited. But I don't know. I mean, if somebody reach out to me and they feel like they want to say they piece, then I will be more than welcome to do that. Allow them to do that. But I just don't feel like sugarcoating stuff with people and beating around the bush. And y'all, everybody has done plenty of interviews. Like the whole cast has done interviews basically, and I don't feel like I can get anything out of them that they have not already said unless they're actually ready to like tell it all. Other than that, everybody's still saying the same stuff to everyone. Like they already rehearsed it, already got down packed. It just is what it is. um the way Tony spoke to Natasha gave validation to Morgan, saying he was a monster. I told y'all the way he spoke to her was nasty. He spoke to her very nasty. I was shocked he spoke like that because he's always so respectful and smooth to the ladies. Yeah, but didn't Morgan say that when he gets mad he says things? And that's exactly what he did. When he gets mad, he's one of those people. Oh, that's what I almost forgot. Natasha brought up the fact that she heard she went to check on him only because she heard that he was an alcoholic or he had a drinking problem. And I said to myself, who told her that? That was a question that should have been asked. Who told you that he had a drinking problem, Natasha? And did anybody else on that set feel like he had a drinking problem? Because that was random as hell. That was way random. Y'all don't think that was random as hell? Not a drinking problem. People just don't go around saying, "Oh, I think such and such got a drinking problem," when we always drinking, unless he was out here being a drunk. I almost forgot about that. I almost forgot about that because that's not a slight, one off. That's a big point. Somebody had to tell her that because she wasn't there. And I don't think she's going to just come out and put that on him. That don't make sense. I don't read Natasha as that person. So for her to say, now that's the question. That's the question. Why did she say that someone told her that he had a drinking problem? That's why she was checking up on him. It was random as hell. He did go to sleep early at the house. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. He did drink a lot of Henny that night, but then again, so did Lyndon. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just so random. It sounded like somebody was running their mouth, or he was really doing a lie, or he was really doing something. Someone said he had too many drinks. Tony never denied it. He never did deny it. That's when he got upset. That's when he got mad. No, I could tell when he was at the getaway house, the way he was talking and then passed out. Child. But see, that's why I didn't want to take that too serious because I feel like we all can have that moment. Like we go to we at the house, everybody's drinking. You turn up, next thing you know, you drunk as shit. Like you didn't expect to be that drunk, like that happens sometimes. Like you don't expect to get that drunk, but next thing you know, you that drunk because you turned up too much. Okay. The 2 weeks to a month that they spent together, he probably was always like smashed. That's true. He probably was always turned. And y'all do know that production probably always had alcohol ready for them because people get drunk, they put on the show, and that's good TV. Memories, right? That's what I'm saying. I've had some times where I've drank, but my intentions was to get drunk, but I didn't mean to get as drunk as I was, child. I've had some embarrassing moments, Lord, and Jesus has protected me, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, because I had some times. I've had some times, even one of my close friends at the time, she had to go to hospital for alcohol poisoning because that's how lit we was. We was doing too much. Okay, I was like, you want shot 21? I gotta catch up with you. Yeah, too much. Okay. Child, my woo, thank God for getting me out the streets. No neck Tony looks like he could hold his liquor well. Probably. Yeah, the weekend getaway was a mini vacation to get loose. I agree. I see that's what I'm saying. Like you never know. Like sometimes things happen, but I do feel like it's a little different when someone reaches out to someone else and says this person has a drinking problem, as if this was a conversation going around. And I feel like if it had to get back to Natasha, that they probably had a discussion about this as a group or as a mini group or as a little bit. You know, we need to come to Jesus moment after this. After this season, he was very aggressive and he said a couple of times different events. He keeps apologizing about what he said after drinking. That's a problem. Probably. Child, that was crazy. Same. I still don't know how I got home and glad no one was harmed in the process. Right. One time I was so drunk, I called my mama. I said, Ma, you got to come get me. Child, my mother came and got me too. It was the 4th of July. I remember that day. She came and got me. My other friend had passed out. It was a mess. Jesus, thank God. Lord. Whew. God is good to me. God is good to me. Trust me, God is good to me. But yeah, this season it's over. Let's inhale, exhale. Well, child, not my internet. Y'all saw I said we done. Can y'all hear me? I said we done and my internet went out. Okay, I guess that's a sign. It's time to wrap it on up. Thank God for moms. Right. Thank God for moms. But yeah, y'all, that is it. I don't know if y'all can see me or hear me because my what's the name is really my bars are like really really low. So I'm gonna get ready to get up off of here so I can go get my notes ready for put a ring on it, and we'll come and talk later. Make sure you guys drop some yellow hearts. Let me know you were here. I appreciate you all so much for hanging out with me this season. And we'll be back at it. Okay, bye y'all. Peace. Oh, make sure you like the video, and subscribe. Okay. Yes, we definitely need to inhale and exhale. Okay. Bye bye, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.